Business on Purpose podcast.
It really does seem like a never-ending battle to try to figure out whether the ideas that are coming your way, either from your own head or from somebody else, are good ideas or bad ideas, ideas that you should do something with, or ideas that you should leave alone. What do we do with those? Hey, it's Scott Beebe with the Business on Purpose podcast. Time to be liberated from the chaos of working in your business. And as always, thank you for spending just a couple of minutes with me. And I hope these are helpful for you in helping you make decisions and cut the chaos that you're facing every single day. Just the other day, I was having a conversation with a friend and he threw an idea at me. Typically, I love ideas. I'm an idea junkie, as many of you are, as many entrepreneurs and small business owners are as well. It's a lot of the reason that we got into business for ourselves is wanting to have the freedom not only to think through new ideas, but to not have the bottleneck of getting those ideas out into the world. And so ideas are things that I love. Ideas can also be what a buddy of mine, Tom Schwab, once told me was a profitable distraction. A profitable distraction. And so how do we know whether an idea is a profitable distraction? How do we know whether an idea is a good idea, something we should implement or something we should not? There's two elements, I hesitate to call them pragmatic triggers because one of them is going to be a little bit more emotional than the other, but the other one is going to be very, very pragmatic. So let me give you both triggers. Number one, and this idea that got thrown out to me the other day, my response to it was, that makes my head feel cloudy when I think about it. It makes my head feel cloudy when I think about it. Now, I'm not talking about major ideas that have lasting transformational impact on a business. I'm talking about, hey, maybe we should think about doing this marketing technique, this operational strategy, whatever that sounds like. And in the moment, if it really kind of makes your head feel cloudy, not throws you off. There are some ideas that are going to throw you off, and in fact, they're really good ideas. But they kind of make you feel cloudy, almost like, that feels burdensome to me. That may be something you don't want to listen to. That may be something you want to kind of push away and just say, it kind of makes me feel cloudy. Now, the other trigger that I want to recommend to you is the trigger of a 12-week plan. Now, we talk a lot around here around 12-week plans. In fact, at the time that I'm recording this, in about 1 week, we'll have our next 12-week plan live event. We might start promoting those here. We do them once every 13th week, basically, or typically every quarter, and we invite all of our local clients, and of course anybody from out of town who wants to come in. It's only about a 2.5 hour live event, but it is a power-packed live event. Jesse Cole, my buddy, owner of the Savannah Bananas and Fans First Entertainment, he's going to be the presenting speaker, he and his team, and then from there, every business owner is going to work with their team to build their next 12-week plan. You don't just build one, you build them every 13 weeks for your next 12 weeks. And so in your 12-week plan, there's this one little kind of unique section that's laid down, and it's simply called the future section. The future section. When you've got an idea that somebody has brought your way, you don't want to just outright be rude and say, no, I don't like your idea. That idea may be valid, whether you like it or not. So you need to have a place where you can post that idea. You need to have a place where you can house and feed that idea until you're in a position to make a decision about the idea down the road. Your 12-week plan in the future section is the perfect place to house an idea. Why? Because you can write it down and say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and write it down here, and then in 12 weeks or 8 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever, we'll come back to that idea. It will have had time to percolate. It will have had time to hibernate. It will have had time to possibly even grow legs, to where you look at it 4 weeks or 6 weeks or 2 weeks or 12 weeks down the road and go, that's a really good idea. Or, yeah, I'm glad we sat on that thing. We'll just go ahead and throw that away. Or, I still don't know what to do with it, so let's leave it there for another 12 weeks and come back to it. It's only 12 weeks away. It's not that far. And so I really want to encourage you to use those two mechanisms in determining if an idea is a good or bad idea. I'm sure there are others, but those are two that I've got for you that I think would be very helpful in real time in very pragmatic ways. Number one, do you have great clarity around it, or does it feel kind of cloudy? And number two, why don't we just go ahead and put it in our future section, and then we'll come back to it if we need to come back to it. Those are two simplistic ways for you to be able to really work on that. Now, again, if you don't have clarity overall in your business, That starts with a vision story. So go to mybusinessonpurpose.com/vision, or you can go to 4 Steps to Business Freedom and see how you can begin to get some clarity there. Hey, thanks again for joining me. See you next time, right here on the Business on Purpose podcast, hopefully with some cool ideas.